Okay, I'm not going to hold up the Korean sign this time because I'm not going to be speaking Korean. This is for the preview in the YouTube smartphone app. Because not trying to, bitch and moan, but the YouTube algorithm, it's not designed for people like me. I've got to find other ways to cut through with my message and with what little I have to offer the world. Which is, if you click through and you have a problem with alcohol and you really, really want to quit, I got past decades-long addiction to alcohol. And the sleepless nights of alcohol cessation, with my passion for home audio work, which you can learn on this channel. And I also provide long format content, which was also of great service to me during those sleepless nights. So that's what I offer here. This video is, again, not about audio work per se. Some of it is, but it's mainly about Quora.com, which I'm just going to, for people who aren't aware of what Quora.com is and what it's about, I'm just going to do a brief introduction to Quora.com. This is my laptop cam. Right there is my studio cam. This is my studio. You can see pretty much everything. There's my guitars. There's my audio interface. There's my amp, my speaker cabinet, my pedal board. Everything else is in my computer. These are my 3 microphones. That's it. And me. And what's left of my brain after 3 decades of slaughtering it with booze. Please check out, I have, I think 4 music videos up. You can, one of which is supposed to autoplay when you hit my channel. Check out my sound. It's all, I did everything myself, and you can too. And you can find your own sound and do things your own way. I just help you get started. And also check out the description. You can find a link to my tutorial series, Building a Song in Cakewalk specifically, which is the free software, audio recording software that I use. Okay, so Quora. First, okay, how do I want to do this? All right, so Quora is a place where you can go with any question on any topic that you can imagine. And usually, from what I can tell, on average, at least like half a dozen people are going to answer you, and they have credentials, and they give detailed, thoughtful, respectful, considerate answers that are full of valuable information and sometimes wisdom. And I haven't seen any trolls. And when I signed up, I was asked to provide my interests in as much detail as I wanted, which is something I don't recall from the sign-up process for YouTube. And so this is a place, now this is key. This is key. I've scoped it out enough that I can say this. Because I already have a new game plan here. Let me see here. I navigated away from it. I have, so like on Facebook, you've got groups, right? Groups. And on Quora, there are spaces, right? And on Quora, as a brand new member with no track history whatsoever, I was able to start my own space, Alcoholic Audio Engineers Space. And I can invite people to follow my space. I can share my space to their feed. Now, I'm brand new to Quora. I don't know anybody here. I don't have anybody following me yet. But apparently I already have 9 views. Maybe those are all mine. They must be. Although I don't remember hitting this 9 times. And so I put the pinned item is how audio work can help you quit alcohol. Which, how many views did that get on YouTube? I followed some advice from, tips and tricks videos. Well, do videos that absolutely specify your niche and exactly what you're trying to do. Well, I can't get more any exact than that. How audio work can help you quit alcohol. And the almighty algorithm is supposed to pick that up and run with it and go out and find people that are interested in it. And I know that in this besotted world, I'm not alone. I'm not so unique. There's got to be millions of people out there that are struggling with alcohol and who also love music. And there's got to be some considerable percentage of those people who would like to know how they can make their own music at home, record their own music at home. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't think I am. How many views did I get on this video? Last time I checked, fewer than a dozen. You want to tell me that something is not up with the YouTube algorithm? I've been looking into it. The gaslighting is off the charts with that. And I haven't even stopped digging, not even by a long shot. I just started, and I can tell. The gaslighting in general all around the world right now is at unprecedented levels. I'm not going to get any more specific than that, but it extends to the gaslighting that's going on over the YouTube algorithm. And the implications of it are alarming, to put it mildly. Now, so hopefully, all right, so back to Quora and strategy. So here's a great thing about Quora. I don't have to depend on an algorithm to get followers at Quora. There is no algorithm in the way determining my fate. I don't have to jump through hoops and make soy face thumbnails. There's really something, look into the soy face phenomenon. It has very deep roots in evolutionary biology. It's not very flattering to our species, the soy face. It comes from chimpanzees and earlier, lower primates, the soy face. You don't have to do jump cuts. Don't have to do any of that nonsense. You don't have to look at analytics. You don't have to bow and scrape before the almighty algorithm to get followers on Quora. You know how you do it? As far as I can tell, I think I'm right. You know how you do it? You go So this is my space, and I put one of my videos for Million Mile Gaze, my prettiest song, my most accessible. And so this is parked here for later, because I'm not ready to drive people here. I'm talking like a YouTuber. I'm not ready to invite people into my space yet. To do that, I need to get to know people. And how do I do that at Quora? Answer. Look at this right here. Answer. Now, I've already told Quora my interests, and I've also told Quora the things that I know about. And what are the things, and my education, my bona fides. But I've told Quora that I know something about alcoholism and recovery from alcoholism, and I know something about audio production, and I know something about songwriting, and I know something about Korea, the country, and I know something about the Korean language. And so when I click on the answer button, here are questions for you. Look at this. Just look at this. I should be smiling. That's not, this is one reason I don't look into the camera much, because I'm told that I'm too intense. All right. And that is almost like, that's kind of astonishment, but I should be giving you a big old smile right now, because that's what it warrants. Questions for you. Really? Questions for me? Yes. What is the best compressor for mixing and mastering? Well, now, this has 3 answers. This has no answer yet. Should I get my nails done or buy a microphone to record music? Now, that's the closest thing that you're going to find to a troll on Quora, as far as I've seen. I haven't been here but a few hours, but so you get silly, playful questions like that. But you can't be an asshole here, where you're either going to be studiously ignored and avoided, or you're going to get called on it. As you should, because this is a place for civilized adults. This is not a fight club. This is not a place to go shit posting. This is civilization right here. I can shit post with the best of them. There's a part of me that loves a good fight club. Don't get me wrong. But I value civilization. Can you recommend any software programs for home recording, mixing, and mastering? Why, yes, I can. And I would like to answer that question right now, except I'm doing a video. It only has 2 answers so far. Of course, it was asked on March 14th. Okay, so maybe, but I've seen questions that have like 14, 16 answers, and a lot of them from like qualified professionals. So the answer that I did had, answers from real professional engineers. And so I had to go to, I had to be real specific about the fact that I'm not a pro. And so, back to the point, what do you do? What is your scrolling? Okay, I'm going to talk about myself. What is my scrolling going to consist of on Quora? This. Where can I be of service to someone? Where can I help someone with my knowledge and experience? And then Okay, so I answered one question so far, and it was this one. Is it okay to normalize a track before mastering? My finished mix is very low in volume, and I don't want my limiter to do much. Very intelligent question. Is it okay if I normalize the mix before I start mastering? This sounds like an aspiring home recordist. And this person has come to the right place. This is an intelligent person asking an intelligent question. And presumably, I'm just guessing, this person is put off by YouTube. Okay, just speculating here. But this is a really intelligent question. And the intelligence of the question makes me want to chip in. And I don't, but, so let me see if I back up here and go back to the question. Here is Bruce Williams. And look, I'm following him. I clicked follow. And let's see here. There should be a window that comes down. It came down just a second ago. Oh. 342 people are following Bruce Williams. He's a pro audio recording and mixing engineer, 1987 to current. Lives in New South Wales. Yeah, Josh, a compatriot. And he gives a good answer. But not for everyone, which is why I left my answer. He says, no, leave that for the mastering engineer always. That's a valid answer, which I acknowledged in my answer. This guy is a professional mastering engineer, PhD in music. Bergman, probably from Newcastle University. Okay. 2 million content views. Following, okay, so the following is how many people, I don't know. Is that how many people he's following? Or how many people follow him? Anyway, 2 million content views. 2 million content views. Oh, he's looked at 2 million things. 1.6 million content views. And I upvoted this answer, and I upvoted this man's answer. As long as the normalizing process you're using just brings up the signal level so that the peak is at or close to 0 dBFS, then it shouldn't cause any harm. Avoid any kind of normalization that could change the sound of your mix, e.g. RMS or average level normalizing, and you'll be fine. Perfect answer. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Short, to the point, informative, accurate, and different from the other guy. He didn't say, oh, no, just go to him, because this guy obviously drew the inference that the person asking the question is not going to go to a professional mastering engineer. Which is why, let's see, I don't know if my answer is, okay, so I don't know. I'm still learning my way around here, but I'm still learning the interface. But I'm just going to hit the forward button, go to my answer. So here's where I chipped in. And this is also a little, my 2 cents on the topic of normalization. You see, I refer to the loudness wars in my answer. And this is, okay, in let's say, some people say the loudness wars are over. Some people say they're still continuing. Apple Music and Spotify and other places, they tried to impose standards, loudness standards. From what I have been able to gather, people just ignored those standards, and the loudness wars continue apace. It's just kind of like, how can I get my song to be as loud as possible? Sometimes at to the detriment of the audio quality, to the detriment of the song itself. Okay? It's a crass thing in keeping with our times. All right? And so normalization is one way to increase the... Also, there's meter loudness, and then there's perceived loudness. I'm not going to get into all that, but here's my answer. I am just a home recordist with no commercial ambitions, but I take my work seriously. I can't afford to send my mixes off to a mastering engineer, nor is there any reason to. I will tell you my approach to the issue of loudness. First, why do you want the loudness? Is it to fight in the loudness wars? Are you competing in the commercial arena? If so, by all means, leave the whole thing to a tried and true mastering engineer who understands everything about it inside out and upside down, and who has the tools and the expertise to impart that loudness without ruining your mix. Or are you a nobody like me who just wants your music to be more audible and appreciable when you're barreling down the highway in a car? If that's the case, then here's what I do. Full disclosure, it is not quote-unquote correct, but it works for me, and I am extremely picky about my sound. I mix to a peak of about minus 0.3 dB, and after that I do not normalize. Having already applied my mastering compressor, TDR Kotelnikov, which is a free mastering plugin, it's the bee's knees. In the master bus of my mix file, I mix down to wave and import that wave into a new mastering file. This is my mastering stage where I apply finishing touches and bring that peak to 0.0 dB. At this stage, I use almost exclusively Air Windows plugins to add analog saturation and power to my mix while very selectively shaving off high treble irritants that I think sound too cold and digital. If you don't know about Air Windows plugins and you like the analog vibe, then I encourage you to check them out at airwindows.com. You can hear my songs at the following YouTube channel, parentheses, I am new to Quora and I don't know if this is okay, but it serves as a frame of reference, so here goes. There's my channel. Click through to YouTube and the autoplay doesn't work and the functionality of the website is incomplete. Again, I am not a professional. This advice is for hobbyists who can't afford professionals. I hope this helps someone to whose situation it might be relevant. All right. It's got 2 views. Those are both probably me still. But, so, back to the point. How do you get followers on Quora? You answer questions. And if people appreciate your answers, you get upvotes and they follow you. No almighty algorithm between you and the other guy. Okay? You put it out there, it goes right there where it belongs, and the person to whom it is specifically addressed, and those who are interested enough to read the answers to the question will decide whether or not you get their vote and you get their follow, their subscription. And how do they get to that question? How do they get to those answers? Not based on some algorithm's recommendation, not on the slanted puke served up, the slop served up by an algorithm, but based on the interests that you specifically gave to Quora when you signed up. Fair and square. So if I can't get a followers on Quora, it's because my answers suck. They're not of service to people. Fair enough. I'm fine with that. And if I find that my answers aren't good enough, then I have to think about how I can make them better. Are they too long? Can I be more concise? To me, that is infinitely more human and humane than just the monkey games. Monkey see, monkey do. Just the horror show that is YouTube. And it's not that I'm lazy. I'm not. If I didn't look on YouTube with the horror that I feel when I look at YouTube, and look, if you just go into YouTube to consume content, I get it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're going there as a content creator and you want to cut through and I'm not even I'm not there for monetization. I'm there on a mission from God and I want to cut through. It's horrifying. If I was really into it and I believed in it and it was something I really wanted to do, I would build a home studio. I would build a home YouTube studio. Ask my long-suffering missus. She's seen me embark on projects like this. I'd be going down to the lumber store and getting wood and taking out my circular saw and my jigsaw, and I would be building a set and getting a green screen and lighting. And yeah, I would be going full tilt boogie on the whole thing. But I can't. There's just something in me that instinctively recoils from the whole scene. And this right here is just right up my alley. Okay? I am going to try to help people. And I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And I'm not going to be sarcastic or rude or deceptive or self-serving. There's no point. And if people like my answers, then they're going to do what I did. And they're going to just click the follow button. And if I like the answer, I click upvote. And then, in theory, if I stay at this for a month or two, I'm going to have some followers on Quora. And then at that point, I'll go back to my my space. Yeah? And I'll have these options. I'll invite my followers into my space, and I'll share my space to their feeds. Like a gentleman. And I will have earned it. The old-fashioned way. Yeah, I can be intense sometimes, and I really don't want to alarm my Korean in-laws. Why is Matthew upset? What's going on? It's just that I don't want to waste my time. And I do like being of service to people. I do. It makes up for me being such an asshole. And I don't just say that, sarcastically. I don't. Seriously. It makes me feel better as a human being to be of service to somebody. So that's Quora. That's what you can do at Quora. There's no shortcuts. There's no purchasing followers. There's no crass, obscene, sordid bullshit as far as I can see. And they let me start up my space right away. And they let me post my answers right away. And look at these space. Here's a space for YouTube creators. Share your content. Hey. And that I already posted in one of these. My post is awaiting moderation. Fair enough. But there are spaces here where you can promote your YouTube channel. You can't do that at Reddit. So, again, this is my first day here. But so far, so good, man. Like Quora. We're going to see how it goes. But, yeah, Quora. So far, I am mightily impressed. Oh, yeah, here. YouTube channel promote and subscriber family. YouTube channel video promote. Subscribers for YouTube. Okay, YouTube growth hack. YouTube subs family. The battle for Ukraine. I wonder if they censor political voices. I don't know yet. But right now, I don't care. I'm not here to be political. I'm here on a mission from God. Are you old enough to get that reference? I should put on my shades when I drop that line. Okay. That's enough for this one. I'm going to try a new experiment. I'm going to try doing a live stream because finally YouTube is allowing me to avail myself of that functionality. And toying with the idea of doing a live stream tonight, although it's not a very good time frame for it. It's 9:50 p.m. here in the ROK. And it's Friday night here, so it's a Friday morning in North America. And a lot of my niche audience, they're probably waking up hungover and white knuckling their way through breakfast, getting ready to go off to work to get through another day of miserable slavery to alcohol. But I'm going to try it anyway, and it's something that I might start doing during daytime hours when it's nighttime there, as I can. Okay, anyway, that's enough from lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. I am the alcoholic audio engineer at your service if you want to stop drinking and start getting creative with sound. All right, back soon with something else. Over and out.